Hey folks, David Frost, mystrategicforecast.com. You're here for another episode of Common Sense Market Analysis. Today is Wednesday, October 15, 2014. Whoa, what a day it was out there today. That was a barn burner. So let's just review real quick what happened, and then I have some pretty good indications over the next day or so. Okay, so here's what happened. So let's just go to the intraday for a second because I want to point out something. So here we are, 9:30 in the morning, gap down. What level have I been giving you? 184.5 to 185. Okay, this candle had a low of 184.33, a high of 185.50, and a close of 184.70. You think that level was any good? The problem is there was so much selling pressure that it only held for an hour or maybe 2 hours, and then it melted away. So what happened was the level held. We actually pierced it by a whole lot, by like $1.50, like 15 S&P points, right? And then we snapped right back, and you had this 1, 2, 3 bar rally here, and these are 10-minute candles. So you had a 30-minute rally, topped out, okay, way up here, and then you melted away, and then the market caught a bid at about 1:30 in the afternoon, and then really got going once the bond market closed at 3 o'clock. We spiked up into the close. And what's interesting, and here's where I get to what's going on next. What's happening is after hours, the market sold off. Netflix was down big, but I don't think that's the reason because Netflix isn't going to take down a whole market. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but right after the close, the S&P E-mini futures, okay, the ES contract, immediately dropped. The SPY immediately dropped. And we'll see what happens when we open tomorrow, but here's what you can look out for. A, we didn't put in a bottom today. Well, let's go take a look at the daily. And by the way, I meant to show you this before. Where'd we close? 185.04 or 05, whatever the number is. Where's the close? 185.04. What level did I give you? And I'm sorry, that's not the close. That's after market. Okay, so we were higher at the close today, and then this is where we dropped to after hours, and this is where we stopped. We stopped at 185. What level did I give you? 184.5 to 185. I couldn't pinpoint it. It was impossible. But the point is we're hovering around this level, give or take 50 cents. That's what I kept saying. So I've got another level for you, so you're going to pay attention this time. If you didn't believe this level, you'll believe the next one. Okay, so a lot of people are going to say that this is a reversal signal, a bottoming tail, or this, that, and the other thing, a doji candle. You know what? It's all of the above. It's whatever you want to believe it is. Here's the thing. I've got an indication, okay, that the market's going to take one more dip even this week, okay? I can't guarantee it. It's not 100%. You know what it is? It's in my mind right now, it's 70%, okay? We'll see. I'll know way more when I see what happens tomorrow in the morning, okay? But I'm 70% that here's where we're going, okay? It may be even lower, okay? But here's where we're going. We may pierce it, but this will be great support. Okay, this is the April 2014 low. April 2014 bottom. This is where we're going. Before it's all said and done, even this week, but certainly this month, if not lower, but I don't think we get out of this month, the month of October, without hitting this target. Okay, that's my number. We're going to call it 181 to 181.5. On the S&P E-mini contract, I have a better read on the number. Okay, I have 17, 89, 90, 91 in that neighborhood. Call it 1790. All right, below 1800. That's right. That could be this week. Now, we'll see what happens, but if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it doesn't happen this week, 85% that it happens this month. Okay, so we're going to that number in my mind. And here's the best part, all right? The best part is when we get there, okay, what happens next, and maybe not the next minute, the next hour, or maybe even not the next day, but most likely by the next day, okay, we're going to have at least a 50, maybe 100-point rally in the S&Ps. We're going to go back at least close, if not to 1900, okay? And that could happen in 2-3 days, okay? So, and it may be longer, but what difference does it make? If you see it coming, you're going to see it coming. So that's my roadmap for the remainder of October. Either way, we go to below 1800 in the S&P E-mini. We go to this double bottom here from April. And if we do it this week, there could be a 100-point rally in the S&P. All right? You heard it here first. All right. There's a couple of other interesting points today. IWM was stronger all day. We've been talking about that every single day. The IWM was, the rally that the IWM put in today when the market was rallying was just meteoric. Look at that. We went right back to this double top from, what was this, yesterday? I don't know when it was. It was yesterday. Anyway, the point is that we were all the way down here at below 104, okay? And we came up to 107 on the IWM all in one day. That's phenomenal. And then it sold off, and right now, the IWM after hours, okay, is trading at 106. So we closed, well, here it is. Well, this says 106.59. On my other screen here, I have a bid and an ask. 106.04 by 106.07. Okay, that's current. That's live market. So it's 106. We were up at 107. Or I guess we finished at 106.59, right? Is that where we closed out the day? 106.59, that's what it was. So we finished 106.59 and we sold off to 106 after the close. But the IWM had enormous amount of strength today, better than anything else. GLD was up today. Let's go. Well, yeah, we'll stay on this chart. Spiked up, sold off, rallied back, and gold. The price of gold right now is $12.40. But where did we go today? What was the high? Okay, the high. I'm going to another chart on another screen. The high on a daily chart in the price of gold, okay, today was what? 1250.3. My members know I put out a trade alert some weeks ago saying that the upside target for gold was 1250. Now, a lot of people may not have held on to it. There's been a lot of fits and starts, but I only said stop out below 1200. Some people did not stop out when it dipped below there for one day. And guess what? 1250, whether you're in it or not, 1250 was the number. The number happens, okay? It's just, you can't pinpoint it when all the time, but the number is the number. 1250 was the number. Okay, so even over the last couple of days, I've been saying we're going to get a pullback in gold. Well, it actually, the opposite happened. We went up and did the 1250. Now we're going to come back down a little bit, but there could be some higher prices here also. So that's something to watch out for. We'll see how that unfolds. The other thing to watch out for today, I'm just going to bring up the TLT. It doesn't really matter what you bring up, whether it's the yield or the bonds. This is the ETF that tracks the 20, 30-year Treasury bond. I mean, this is a ridiculous day. Look at that topping tail. I mean, this was up at 127.50. You know what? I am going to go to the yields because it's really, really important. The 10-year, okay, where was the 10-year at the low today? The low was 1868. 1868. Where did we open the day? Okay, we opened, or where did we close yesterday? 228. 2.28% down to a low today of 1.86 or 1.87. Okay, that's capitulation. That's panic. That's interesting. But even so, I mean, we may see it again or worse because I still think the market comes down farther, certainly this month. So we'll see what happens with rates then. But that was really, really spectacular. Spectacular move on bonds, spectacular move on rates, just phenomenal. What else do we have? Oil hung in there strong today. Oil's making a bottom. Oil hit a low today of about 81, or maybe it was 80 and change, I think. Let's see if I can pick it up on my other chart. 80 point, actually it's, 80.56 today on the low. And this is the USO chart. And look where we are. I mean, this is why we didn't buy this thing. Remember when I wanted to buy this thing? Let's go to I can't even do it on a daily. Let's go to the weekly chart. Where are we? I mean, this is ridiculous. What did I say? Where did I say we were going? Down to this low? Well, we almost got there. You can buy it here probably if you're willing to hold it through some volatility. But, I would wait for a bottoming signal and go from there. But it's really not ready yet. But oil's taken some beating. I said 82 to 84, or I said 85, give or take $1 a bunch of times, I know. And then I said 82 after the fact. But now it's at 80, 81, and it's ridiculous. So, maybe lower prices, but we're starting to hear ridiculous numbers. So that tells you we're closer to a bottom than we're not. You're hearing 70, you're hearing 50, you're hearing all kinds of junk. It's nonsense. We're going to make a bottom here pretty soon in oil. That's it. You know what? It's been a tough day. So let's make it a wrap. You know what? This is worth its weight in gold. If you buy into the numbers, okay, now you believe the number I gave you, 184.50 to 185, okay? Now the next number is that pivot low I showed you from April of 2014. If nothing else, just pay attention to that because that's a tradable level. You can trade into those numbers and you can trade away from those numbers. So just be aware. Listen, I'm David Frost, mystrategicforecast.com. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Another episode of Common Sense Market Analysis.